Good evening, Speed Gaming 2, or good afternoon, depending on where you are, I suppose. You've tuned in for the Super Metroid Link to the Past Combo Randomizer Tournament Bronze Match. This is a best of one. The winner will take home the bronze prize. The loser will take home the fourth place prize. We've got Osse101, a man that Zeus himself would be scared to face, and it's not just because Zeus didn't have SMZ3. Certainly one of the best runners, if not the best runner, currently in the community. And coming up against him, we've got Pizza34, kind of a dark horse of this tournament, I would say. The fourth place match is super impressive. I've done quite a bit of his games, and he's quite good. So we should have a real barn burner here. Our tracker tonight is the amazing revolving ocelot. Every time I read his name, I think about an ocelot like spinning around. A head to tail, or is it like side to side? Anyways, I'm joined by Zaruvian in the booth. How you doing tonight, Zaru?
I am doing just fine. I am looking forward to a good seed. And Revolving Ocelot in the chat adding me, saying definitely rotary felines involved.
Reminds me of the skit with Infinite Energy, because a cat always lands on its feet, and buttered bread always lands buttered side down. Anyways, looks like we're off. So I don't expect either of these runners to head to Brinstar.
Probably not. I would say they both jump into Link to the Past, and I would say that yeah, they're both going to go check the island and go to Sank. That's my guess.
We see Osse is running the Mega Man sprite, which is super well done.
Alright, just a big E on the island. So, nothing we're going to have to go back for later. We have some divergence right out the gate. Osse has opted to start at the house.
Yeah, if they have to pick up that energy tank on the island, this seed has gone terribly wrong. Red Crystal, Desert Palace. I think there was a crystal on Eastern Palace, and I did not see Hera.
So 4, 6, and 7. A 3 crystal light world, meaning we have a 3 pendant dark world. That's going to make things a little bit interesting later on. And our tier 3 tree pull is big 20s. That's going to be nice to have.
Definitely Pizza doing the whole hand glitch, which I personally always like, since money can be really hard to find in the combo randomizer. Just some arrows in the Uncle chest. It is worth mentioning, as we get these early checks out of the way, that the first match of the finals, which are a best of 3, will be immediately following this match. It's on the schedule for 6:10, but it will, like I said, be immediately following this match, so it might be a little early, might be a little late. Hopefully a little early, because if we're here till 6:10, this is a nasty seed.
Yeah, and if you didn't see the match last night, you better check this one out, because chat's rooting for a game 3, right, chat? You want to see everything get really excited here?
Yep, right. That will be game 2 of Solsky and Astor. But right here, we've got the bronze match. This is for money. Obviously, third place gets more money than fourth place, so these guys are competing for some bucks.
Alright, Pizza's going to go ahead and do race game and take the south route into CAC. He didn't check it. I think he's playing that blind, right?
I didn't see him check it. And
yeah, he gets a bloopy for his trouble. Not even going to pick that up. He's going straight into CAC.
Speed hideout is just a +5 arrow capacity, and whatever was at the mushroom spot, it was so forgettable that I forgot it.
It was a big 20.
Ooh.
Well, that's an interesting spot for that.
I feel like that's pretty likely to get picked up.
I don't know, that kind of depends on whether or not it's a good place to route in later on, and whether or not we see boots in this seed. They may not be required.
That's true. It does depend on where the boots are.
Of course, not having boots makes it kind of slow to move around, and there's a pretty good chance that boots are required thanks to desert being a crystal. As a matter of fact, desert being a 5/6 crystal.
Both runners in the chicken house at the same time, which is kind of funny because they both got here from completely opposite ways, and that is a missile pack.
Yeah, pretty uncommon high five for going north-south and south-north, respectively.
Bottle merchant just selling a bomb capacity upgrade.
And now we get to see if Kakariko really has something for us here.
And that's a power glove, so I'd say yes.
One glove, a good start. Just another piece of heart, 50 rupees. Nothing too crazy, but stuff you're definitely not hurting to see. Yeah, Bottle Vendor was just some bomb capacity, which is why you see Pizza having 11 bombs. Alright, 5 more in here. What do we see?
Load of junk.
I wouldn't say junk yet. One more shot. Okay. Now we can call it junk.
That said, I would still say this is a pretty good Kakariko, because, getting the power glove is always nice. But I also think knowing where that plasma beam is a pretty big thing, too.
Yeah, chat keen to point out, it's not junk, it's just not progression.
It's kind of like it's not junk in the way that a penny is not junk. Like, I guess technically it's money, but do you stop to pick up pennies? Because I don't.
Can you really ignore the shiny?
Yes, it's not worth my time to pick it up. Osse's going to see his plasma beam on the library ledge. Meanwhile, Pizza's going to collect his... Well, he's probably not going to collect his arrow capacity up. Okay, make a liar out of me. After doing like 10 of these matches, you think I should figure out not to predict what they're going to do.
The runners are always unpredictable. I'm thinking Pizza's probably going to go ahead and do the Sank drop here, though.
Yep, you got that power glove. Makes perfect sense to do those 3 checks, and especially if you're going to route in the front of escape later. I would assume Osse is heading to the exact same place.
Alright, do we see... Ooh! As I say, do we see the key back here? We do, so there's something possibly in Dark Cross, but that gravity suit early on.
Yep, early gravity suit's pretty nice. Well, it's nice and also bad, and at the same it does put a lot... it's worth pointing out this is, of course, on the normal logic. So that gravity suit does do things like put Meridia in logic once. I assume you still probably need Morph Ball from anything in Meridia to be in logic.
Well, so you can't even break the glass tube without a Morph Ball. Yeah, you can't do much in Super Metroid without a Morph Ball. So early on, we're looking for our 2 orbs, the Morph Ball and the Moon Pearl. And whenever they come up, is going to make things a little bit more clear for both us as the audience and our runners.
It's interesting that doing Houlihan, Pizza's... Ooh, that's a lamp. That's a good find.
Yeah, and that actually puts our Old Man Climb in logic going up the mountain now.
Yep, and just to close my thought, it's interesting to me that it seems like Pizza's a little bit ahead of Aussie, and they've all done the same exact checks, and Pizza's done a hula. And I think the only thing that Aussie's done that Pizza hasn't is Uncle.
Yeah, but that's easy to just go ahead and route in when you're going to the front of escape. Oh, these mold worms are just wiggling out of the bombs real quick here.
Yeah, that one in the middle was really annoying to kill with bombs. These ones on the side aren't too bad. We'll see if Aussie has a little bit easier time here.
Easily dispatched after a little patience. And for our trouble, we see dollars, bombs, and love.
For these runners, they might consider this a negative mini mold worm cave, as in like a -2 out of 10, because high-end runners tend to dislike shield.
I am thinking more along the lines of just, forget the rating, just call it Mini Troll Dorm Cave, because it absolutely baited you with 5 items.
Yeah, there was a while when people were calling it the new hype cave, but I think it's kind of evened. I think that's their second set of power bombs, which, I mean, shouldn't be understated, as the second set makes life so much easier than just having the one set.
The crabs with 1-hit KO range here.
Ooh!
Always watch out for that.
I thought those two were gonna get him right there. So Aussie decided not to do the Ice Rod Cave, which Super Missile's nice, but eh.
Not worth the time investment, especially if you see a flute, you can go and get that much quicker later on.
Looks like Pizza's going to head over to Shaswarala, and I wouldn't necessarily be surprised to see an Eastern dip with... oh, he's going to go buy bombs, okay.
Yeah, especially with that bomb capacity increase, buying 10 bombs here to go up to 15 is really not a bad move. We see a sword coming from the old man. Yeah, so that is where our first sword will come from.
All people with mustache look like to me. Aussie heading right into Lower Warfare. Or Upper Warfare, rather, the business. See a lovely shade of purple on Mega Man now that he's got the gravity suit and just missiles at Croc escape. Makes the choice to bet on Croc slightly more difficult. Ooh, and there's the Titan's Myth.
Now that is interesting. Because that means we're just a Moon Pearl from having Dark World access already. And now we see Pizza is going to go ahead and probably do bomb escape here.
Yeah, the interesting thing too is if they do end up finding that Moon Pearl, is their Dark World access is pretty limited. I don't believe without the hook shot or flippers, I don't think they can get to the east side of the Dark.
Now they need either a hammer or flippers to be able to do that, or they need to go through Aga 1.
So Death Mountain was a bust, but definitely worth it for those Titans mitts at high jump boost.
Alright, now we see Aussie is going to go ahead and follow Pizza into the escape sequence. Now he has a sword, so his might be a little bit faster.
Yeah, he's going to have a much easier time. Oh, that's true. I guess Death Mountain was a sword, so that was a good all-around play. That first sword is especially nice. It makes life so much easier in a Link to the Past.
The one time chasing the lamp actually makes a difference.
Interesting choice to not kill the key guard there. I mean, I guess you don't need the key because you don't need to go through the door after Dark Cross.
Yeah, strictly speaking, if you already have done the back and you get the key for Dark Cross, then you don't necessarily need that extra key, because when you go to check the item from the front, you're not going to be opening that door.
Yep. Which, especially with bomb strats, I think that was a really smart idea. Very nice bomb setup there by Pizza.
Oh, he gets the heart refill from this piece of heart there.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate time for that, because I suspect he's going to try to death warp.
You can see Osse right on his heels, that sword doing quick work where the bombs weren't.
Oh,
And
yes,
there's your moon pearl.
Interesting decision by both of them to not. Oh, I guess the map is in Dark Cross.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the map is in Dark Cross. So we saw 2 items in a key, and then all items in the front, so that's where it's got to be. Now, this is interesting, is seeing, again, more divergent paths. Osse does have full Dark World access right now, and is going into Village of Outcasts.
Interesting. I mean, I think that checking Eastern and Shashrala is a pretty common check, so I don't think this is a bad idea.
Yeah, honestly, it's a defensible play. Well, Pendant Turtle Rock confirmed before we find a Nice Rod.
Well, alrighty then. That was the book. Oh, what do we got here? It's, Red Pendant on Swamp is all I saw.
I saw a Pendant on Swamp, a Pendant on Ice Palace, a 5/6 on Odd.
We had the book and the silver arrows in Sashrala's closet.
Coming in as early as they did, that might be telling us something for later. Now, Osse is going to go ahead and do the front of Skull Woods. We don't have a fire rod, so we know we can't do the back. There are 2 items that you can find in here.
Pizza is going to check the lumberjack ledge. That's a interesting choice. Just some missiles.
There are 2 good times to make a lumberjack ledge check. Early on when you're doing north into CAC, or as soon as you get your boots, because if you have boots, it's telling you, hey, you're either going fast or you're getting something with these.
First item in Skull Woods looks like it's just some super missiles, which, I mean, nice to have, but...
Right. Pizza will be rewarded here when he gets up the mountain. He'll find a sword, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him go into Business Center and get his mitts as well.
Well, he doesn't really... I mean, it's either that or Eastern Palace, and then I think he's basically... Well, I guess he could go to Desert.
Yeah, with that book, you have access to Desert. Again, 2 items plus 1 on the ledge, and the oft orphan Agina. That's assuming these cabbages don't claim him. There we go.
Getting some danger from the cabbages there.
Remember, folks, when it's raining vegetables, stay indoors. Chasing down that Sova, picking up his gardening glove, and he's gonna lift some earth in just a moment here.
Wouldn't it be nice in the real world if you just put on some gloves and could pick up more things? Just some red rupees in the C-shaped house. I'd like to thank Pizza for turning on the heartbeat break.
Yep, shout outs to Quarter Heartbeat.
Just junk in the chest.
Yep, I would say that's a save and quit.
And Osse is heading into Thieves Town, which he can clear. Okay, he finds the hammer, so...
You were saying?
18 minutes in, and we have complete full Dark World access. That's pretty nice.
Hammer first check in Thieves is kind of The fact that it's a crystal negates it, but kind of a rude location if you think about it.
Yep, a lot of runners will put off doing Thieves Town until they have that hammer. So, I mean, for example, I could definitely see Pizza skipping Thieves Town for now and going and doing like the Hype Cave. So
Yeah, I don't see.
that,
Sorry.
With the pendants and swap and ice, that means that the mirror, I don't believe, is likely to be required, or the flip.
Yeah, the only things that could require us to get the flippers or the mirror would be something in a locked check. For example, Graveyard Ledge or the Waterfall Ferry. Of course, our runners know how to fake flippers, so that's not as much a concern.
So this is probably the rare seed where the runners don't want to see the mirror. And they definitely don't want to see the flippers.
One other thing that you might find in a little bit more of an isolated spot would be a hookshot. The logic requires it to beat up Moldorm, rather, to go around Moldorm in Ganon's Tower after you finished. Osse does know how to hover.
Yep, he also, I believe, knows how to do the bomb jump thingy-badoogie.
And he has demonstrated that Moldorm bounce for us as well. So far, not much else of excitement in Thieves Town.
And of course, it's far too early to really be thinking about skipping a dungeon or something like that. There's lots of drops for them to check.
Alright, and Pizza deciding to say no more to Skullwoods.
Yep, I believe that the other item is locked. Well, it's either in the middle half or the back half. Bumper ledge.
Eleanor, that's 3 halves.
Don't do math on Twitch.
Math is awful. Just ask Aghanim. You
guys want a fetch quest? You got a fetch quest. The shovel in the maiden's cell. Was she trying to dig her way? Without the mirror, I think expecting them to check ped would be really strange. That's a pretty out of the way check.
It's a tall ask right now, and our pendant layout doesn't really lead to anything too exciting being on the pedestal.
Osse's heading into his blind fight. I always wonder, like, what is Blind doing just hanging on that cell? Like, is he just hoping somebody comes to rescue the maiden? Like, how many people are there that would come rescue the maiden? And there's our hookshot in the brewery.
We knew we had to see one of either the hookshot or the boots. There's our hookshot coming in early. Not the worst sign, because it's going to make some of the movement a lot quicker throughout the world. But is it trying to tell us something a little more?
Also opens up East Death Mountain, which is a fair amount of items up there with Paradox Cave and Spiral Cave. And Dark Death Mountain too. You got Super Bunny Cave. Hookshot Cave is in Logic, I believe. There's lots.
Yes, it is. And that hookshot could very well be the only logical access that this seed gives us to that side of the mountain, which would be something we need to complete the game.
Osse, of course, has a little bit of an advantage here with the hammer. He'll be able to do Hera when he heads up to the mountain.
Pizza deciding to skip Thieves Town. That could come back to bite us in a little bit here.
High jump boots are a nice find on Stumpy. They make moving around Super Metroid much easier.
Yeah, I'm seeing the discussion in chat about Thieves Town. It's not always really a good idea to dip into Thieves Town, but I would say more often than not, the front four has some information for you, regardless of whether it's a crystal or a pendant. So to give it a pass entirely is a little bit weird for me.
I think that hook shot probably is what pushed him to skip it, because I could see without East Dark World Speed Booster. Without East Dark World access, I could see doing Thieves Town, but once he found that hook shot, maybe he thought, oh, you know, I've got Pot and Logic, I've got Catfish and Logic.
That is the thing, though, is having no mirror to get back out, having no mail for defense, having no HP. Thieves Town on literal start of game inverted strategies is a pain.
These guys don't need health or a warmer.
You know, the instant you said that, he got bodied by yet another Sky Cabbage.
Yep.
You know how many times I've died on East Death Mountain? You say we don't need health?
Well, hopefully you haven't died on East Death Mountain.
Those red Tektites, they hurt.
That's fair. I guess that's fair. And they do seem somewhat unproductive. And Aster's pointing out in chat, just a reminder, there is in fact another game in this game. Screw Attack. So they are getting loaded for Super Metroid minus the Morph Ball. Once they find that Morph Ball, they're going to have a lot of options.
And some of these options we're seeing already between the Speed Booster and the Screw Attack, we're already talking about it possibly being in Brinstar.
Yep, there's quite a few checks you can do with that Speed Booster and High Jump Boots and Screw Attack. Magic Powder and Cane of Burna in Mini Modorm Cave or Paradox Cave. Magic Bat is in Logic for Osse.
Alright, so one thing Osse can do that Pizza cannot right now is with the hammer from Thieves Town, he can go ahead and just have a glance at Hera to see whether or not it's fire locked. And even if it is, I would imagine that he's going to do a Hera pod. There's our boots.
Alright.
Oh my. Boots are locked behind a mirror.
Yeah, that's a really interesting place to find the boots.
Now remember, there is about a 1/3 chance in this seed that we get locked out of desert by needing boots.
Pizza's showing off a neat little trick there. If you hook shot a small heart, you will often get healed for 2 hearts instead of more super missiles in Spiral Cave. Man, I feel like Osse really wanted to make sure those were the boots. So that's the location of 2 really nice items that we know of, but we can't get. Plasma Beam on the library and boots on the floating island.
You're right, that means we are effectively mirror locked from getting plasma as well, so this is probably going to be an ammo seed for our runners.
I still think that I wouldn't be surprised if they pick up that plasma beam. I think it depends on if they find charge. Charged plasma just makes Super Metroid so much easier. They have found a good amount of super missiles. I don't know what they're up to, but I feel like they're getting up.
Yeah, there's a healthy amount of supers and power bombs already. I think we're at least 15 or 20 power bombs now. So getting a Morph Ball, getting around is not going to be that difficult. We're going to see some information here. What is required to enter Green Pendant Turtle Rock? Today it is Bombos.
So both of the two runners will be hoping to never see bomb. So on the one hand, you don't want to see mirror because that is one of the pieces for swamp access. On the other hand, you really want those boots.
I think what you want to do is you want to see mirror before you see flippers, and then you hope that the mirror doesn't lead to flippers, because that's just a trail nobody wants to go down.
So Hookshot Cave was a load of junk. Pizza thinking about what he wants to do, and he's resetting to Super Metroid. Which I think is a play that makes a lot of sense given the gear he's found and his decision to skip Thieves Town.
Alright, with a few whacks to the tail, Osse's going to take the early boss lead here, with 2 crystals down in under half an hour. And an item locked in the basement, I believe.
So they are up to 25 power bombs. That's a lot of power bombs.
Alright, so Osse's going to go ahead and make this defensible play to check the item that is in Hera Basement. Shoutouts to Coffee Break Room.
So I like to think of the screw attack as like the silver arrows of Super Metroid. I'm pretty sure every enemy that's vulnerable to screw attack dies in one hit. Chat can correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, I think Pizza's going to pick that up, and he's a little bit more incentivized to go into Thieves Town with that mail pickup. The half magic is a nice item to find as well.
So that's like the early speed booster of utility. That's feel bad. Osse went through all that hassle of doing the coffee break and just gets 5 missiles.
You see just a big 20 up on Big Pink. See what the charge missile has, and then we are done here if it's not a morph ball. Alright, knowing we're going to get those items again later, he's just going to reset, right?
Yep. I mean, you're definitely going to go back to the early supers to check the items behind the statues, so you just pick the blue mail and half magic when you go back. So there's 3 checks we can do here. We can check Old Mother Brain, we can check the Morph Ball pedestal, and we can check the item in this.
And one thing I haven't seen yet in this entire tournament, I don't know if I've just missed it because that's easy to do too, would be the vanilla Morph Ball. Wouldn't that be something to see today?
Interesting that he did not pick up the X-ray. There's certainly a lot of people who don't like X-ray because it messes up your ammo switching, but you're only really missing charge beam for the microwave beam. Obviously once you get plasma.
Alright, one more thing that Pizza can look at here. In the ceiling we have another piece of heart. Yeah, the X-ray scope, I think, isn't really something that you want to see here, knowing where your plasma beam is, but not knowing if you'll even see charge beam in the seed.
So I'm pretty sure this means that our next progression item has to be in A Link to the Past.
That's one thing we haven't seen Pizza chase yet is into Desert. He has a book that came in Sphere 1.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised to check those super inconvenient Super Metroid items before doing, honestly, Thieves and Desert. I mean, 4 Heart Blind is not my idea of a good time, but at least now he does have the blue game.
Now, I'm seeing something interesting pointed out in chat. The front item of the gauntlet is actually in logic through Speed Booster and Screw Attack, but you can't get to the back without a Morph Ball. So that is something our runners could check. I don't think Morph can be there, however. So it's a little bit of a moot discussion point for now. It could, however, have a progression later on.
Osse's taking that blue cane and he's going to do Spike Cave.
Well, this is interesting. I've never seen anyone attempt Spike Cave with this little health.
I think he's got enough to make it.
And chat letting us know that, yeah, Morph can be in Gauntlet, so...
Wow.
Oh. The vision to find that flute in Spike Cave this early in a seed? That's wild.
Of course, may not be required, but it's nice to have, and that makes even more places the Morph Ball could be. I believe Morph Ball could now be at Screw Attack. It could be, I think, in GT. Sorry.
Yeah, at this point, I would say that absolutely gives Osse a bit of an edge here, and at least movement. At the very least, movement.
Yep, Osse's made 2 plays that have really worked out for him. The early Thieves Town play really worked out for him, and doing that Spike Cave has really worked out. But Tracy pointing out, of course, they don't have Varia suit, and you need Varia suit to do those lower North airs. I've been watching too much of Zost, and of course, in normal Super Metroid, the gravity suit gives you the heat.
Alright, so it'll be Osse instead who dips into the desert first. Of course, he can't go into Desert Palace unless we see either the mirror or he goes to get Sasha out of the way. He is going to be able to go check 2 items in Mire.
And even though it's not in logic, I wouldn't be surprised to see him check the Screw Attack item.
Yeah, worst case scenario is Screw Attack is nothing. So there's the flute back to 6, probably. Yep.
We'll also get a look at what our pendant requirement for Misery Mire. You're hoping not Bombos. It is quite.
Alrighty. So our runners are looking to see Quake and not Bombos. And there's Sword 2.
That puts Agate in logic. Not that there would be any reason to kill Agate. Is Blue Cane enough to put Spike Cave in logic? Well, actually, you know what? Spike Cave was in logic because you can get that half magic in Green Grin.
My goodness.
And then go
Remember
back.
what we were just talking about? Morph Ball is behind Varia, and there's the bow to boot. So we are going to need to find Varia to get that morph ball at screw attack in logic, and space jump to get our bow.
Of course, you can not get that item without the space jump. The statue will not lower the lava unless you have space, which is just how it's coded in the base game.
Oh, that's absolutely... That's amazing. Honestly, you have the knowledge of where your bow is and what you need to get it. You have your morph ball knowing that it's behind Varia and not knowing where Varia is going to turn up.
Yeah, this is really kind of the seed of knowing where things are and being unable to get them or not supposed to get them.
And I'm starting to wonder, somewhere in East Dark World is possibly on the table here.
Yep, looks like Osse is going to go ahead and do the Super Metroid check, which makes sense. Green Bryn is pretty dense. You can also do... he's going to do the Criteria Power Bombs. He could also do Gauntlet. If he was crazy, he could do Rex.
Alright, we get to do some hammer pegs.
Yep, and having already done blind, that red shield is far less valuable. So far, this seed is coming up all Osse, and there's the Ether in the front of the gauntlet.
Yeah, Ether doesn't do much for us. It'll be nice to have at some points in the seed, but I reckon neither of our runners actually need it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we never see either used.
To answer chat, the morph ball was waiting for us on the screw attack location, which means logically it's locked by the Varia suit.
What you certainly could read into that means it's likely Varia suit is somewhere in Brinstar in the non-morph ball checks. Of course, we know that's not true, but I think that's a pretty good... I mean, on the one hand, you don't really want to do pod without the bow. On the other hand, you have to do pod without the bow. What, you maybe have to do pod without the bow? It depends on what's in.
Yeah, if Varia is in Palace of Darkness, then we know that pod is required to be a double dip.
Or Varia suit. And the magic bat curses us with an energy tank. Womp womp.
That's one kind of a curse some people probably wouldn't be too afraid of. You have to drink nothing but energy drinks for the rest of your life.
That honestly sounds kind of terrible.
It sounds terrifying, actually, if you think about it. Oh boy. There's the mirror, so our boots are in logic now. And yeah, chat, we haven't seen Red Tower. I believe the Red Tower climb is out of logic without the Ice Beam or Space Jump, which we don't know where either of these items are yet either.
We can get there from the top.
Oh no,
So-
the Morph Ball. So Varia can't be on top
Right.
unless we see an Ice Beam first. Or a Space Jump.
Nice little mock ball there by Osse101.
Yeah, those short hot mock balls are very nice just to get around with.
Man, this feels kind of bad for Pizza. He got the hammer out of Thieves Town. Is Went all the way back up to Hera, and we know he's going to find...
There's one thing he can do that Osse could not. He can read the ether tablet, and he's going to do so right now.
That's a good point.
If you're a pizza fan, you're looking for something like that to be on a tablet.
What was that?
That is our Quake medallion sitting there on ether.
Of course, the downside here again is when Osse gets back up to the mountain, he's got the Master Sword. He'll probably have the book by then.
He hasn't done Sash yet, so there's no telling when he will.
Fair enough.
The question being asked, can the space jump be on pedestal? And I am inclined to say yes.
Yeah, of all the things that we know where they are, I don't think any of them require stuff that we can't.
There's already speculation as to whether or not that Quake on ether hurts Osse. I think it's way too early to make any speculative remarks on whether or not he's going to isolate it for long. Osse has this tendency to just go through and get very thorough, and he does it in a rather quick fashion.
It's nice Osse's going to be able to check the waterway without orphaning it. This is a super easy to orphan item, so it's nice to be able to just run straight.
When you have gravity and speed booster, you have no reason to give this a pass.
And he picks up the cheeseburger.
Alright, Pizza's going to go ahead and face off against Moldorm, get the bad news that we have an item in the basement. We'll see if he goes for it.
Morph ball bombs and the Green Hills zone.
Yep, there's our Canfly item, acquired by Logic for infinite vertical space.
Yeah, Speed Booster, I think, takes care of most of the can flies. That does give us, Tempered Sword. And Blue Bryn, I believe those are power bombs.
Yep, that's a good sword to have this early. At Tempered, and you have knowledge of where silvers are, it's going to be a smooth seed moving late into Link to the Past.
Pizza picks up his second crystal at 46 min.
See the piece of heart in the ceiling, and oh, there's Arcane.
So that's good. We need the cane from Misery Mire. Which I think Misery Mire is in full logic? Question mark, question mark?
Yeah, with that second and third sword's locations, Mire is fully in logic. Well, yeah, at the very least, we have a sword too. So we can get the Quake, get the cane behind the Morph Ball, and you can do Mire, but until we see where Varia is, no, it's not fully in logic yet. It's just fully accessible, though.
I'm gonna keep forgetting about that Varia suit just for the rest of the batch until Osse picks it. Oh, that's a really nice shine sprite there by Osse.
Yeah, the elevator spark save, that's a very good tactic that a lot of runners will opt to use. Osse picking up his X-ray scope.
That makes me think he will go pick up the plasma. Another easy to orphan item, the Shaft Supers, Osse's going to go pick up. The good news is it looks like Pizza is going to do Spike Cave, so he should get his... I did not see what was at the top of Shaft Supers, but it was really not.
Yeah, it was just a big 20.
Of course, the bad news for Osse is we're going to get to see a boss that we almost never see in the combo randomizer. Oh, pizza!
Oh, that hurts. That hurts a lot.
Yeah, because I feel like there's no way he goes back to do that again.
Oh, I think he does. Problem is, I think... He might wait till he gets another heart container. He might wait until he gets his half magic. I'm not sure what he'll do here.
Alright, look quick, guys, because it's not going to be here long. And it's gone.
What's going on? I didn't see anything.
There was a really big enemy on Osse's side.
There was? All I saw was an item where the bomb should have been, and it wasn't something you wanted.
Pizza's making the desert play. We'll see if that is gonna bite him in the... Looks like Osse is either going to do Red Tower or Wrecked Ship. Of course, Wrecked Ship will not be in logic without the Varia suit.
That's not going to stop our runners. We're going right for it.
That's a grapple beam in the first chest in Desert. Interesting that Pizza's not even checking if Desert's boots locked.
Well, by process of elimination, you don't get a key of any kind in that middle chest. It is.
Good point. So does he steal a key?
Does he? I don't know.
Hey, Spring Ball! That's always a nice find. Spring Ball not required for anything, but it's fun to bounce around in Morph Ball with Spring. Osse demonstrating as he picks up the Ice Rod that if the ship's not turned on, the spikes don't work. Don't think about it too hard.
So that's interesting. That grapple beam is pointing very much to the X-ray location, but at the same time, there's not much we can do there. Can we even get to it without the Morph Ball? Yes. No. No, we cannot.
If they had the Varia suit, I think that would put Shaq-Tool in logic. Oh, I guess you need Space Jump.
I mean, you still need... Yeah.
Alright, so
Alright.
we see everyone's favorite Ghost of Argus here on Osse's.
So basically, everything we were worried about earlier with the hook shot or the boots or the mirror and the flippers, we've already seen that 3 of these items are required for the seed. Now the one thing you don't want to see are the flippers.
Very nice Doppler there on Osse. It's a trick you can do that's very hard to pull off, but it lets you kill Phantoon much faster.
Yeah, and this is going to be a clean 3 cycle for Osse. There goes the ghost.
Poor Argus thought he had a new lease on life.
Alright, just another big 20 on the pyramid, and we'll see if Pizza opts to go up to see Catfish or take a first dip into Pod here.
Looks like it's gonna be the Catfish play.
You know, it's really not a bad play. It's pretty defensible. You don't want to isolate this until too late in the run. You don't have any knowledge of where you're going to see our mirror to go into Zora afterwards, so get it out of the way when you can.
Osse decides to pick up those power bombs. Power bombs pretty useful. Crystal flashes are a nice way to restore health in an emergency.
You see people talking about pedestal. For the pedestal to come in logic right now, we need a fire rod or bombos, flippers, and, well, bombos.
Catfish holding on to our Varia suit.
Catfish with the Varia, so Pizza is going to go dip into Norfair. And this is where divergent paths take something.
Yep, and I believe with where the morph ball is, that flute is the logical access to Lower Norfair. I mean, I think it's the only access to Lower Norfair.
It may be. If we see a space jump, that conversation is over.
Well, you can't even get to Lower Norfair without going through a... was that the magic cape?
That is the cape sitting in Cathedral.
Which we know we don't need because Bumper Ledge was a bust.
And actually, you are right. You need to be able to go get your morph ball out of screw attack, so...
Yeah, because you got a power bomb in the door to Lower North.
Yeah, but that means Pizza is going to go ahead and... Oh, that death at Spike Cave is going to loom large here.
Yeah, that death at Spike Cave might just be the match to decide. The seed has just come up all Osse. Varia was on the catfish, hasn't her? I believe that was just some rupees in the attic.
Yeah, just a big old pile of $300. Something we wouldn't mind seeing, but our runners, maybe not so much.
Yeah, they don't need a huge amount of gold at this point. I mean, Zora, I guess, is still there, and obviously Kiki takes some amount of money. Pizza's heading down to check the wave beam.
Now, this front item's in logic, but the back item would require you to have a morph ball, because if you fall under, you actually soft locked.
Which I have done.
Although, again, at this caliber, these runners are going to gate glitch through that blue gate, no problem. Nothing here of interest anyway.
I really like the statue holding the map. Anybody who caught the Final Fantasy Iron Goal might have been last night or the night before last. It was Final Fantasy 1 with Mega Man 2 mixed. We're really taking the combining two games to whole new levels. Maybe we'll have a Super Metroid Link to the Past Mega Man X combo randomizer in the future.
How would that work?
I'm sure they'd figure it out. Pizza decides to just reset out of Norfair because he found nothing at all worth. You did ask Astor. I'm very confused, but it was at Catfish. Thought I entered a time loop or something.
Alright, Pizza back into Link to the Past. Oh boy.
Yeah, if you're a fan of pizza, you really want him to get back to that spike cave. The downside is he doesn't have a great way to fill up his mouth. Yeah, without a bottle, he can't just go to the bottle shop and buy a green potion. He's got to figure out something.
Is he going to Eastern here?
Which I think that's an interesting choice before doing pod, but I guess there's a likelihood that pod is Bola. Osse picking up the red boomerang.
And nothing but missiles and missiles and alpha PVs. So top of red tower, not paying anything out for us.
Yep, I'd expect to see Osse head down, and he does not have that grapple beam, I believe. Yeah, he definitely doesn't have it. So it's possible he orphans X-Ray. I wouldn't be super surprised to see Osse do Osse things and check X-Ray anyways.
You were saying?
Well, I said I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he's got plenty of health.
And there's the D-boost strat. Using the spikes instead of the waivers still is effective.
All that work for just some missile.
Oh boy. Ooh, and Osse needs to be careful here. And there is a ouch.
I don't think he saved after he killed Phantom. So that is a gigantic time loss. I don't think he saved since he came back to Super Metroid. That's the break Pizza needed to get back into this. Holy cow. That's probably a half an hour time loss, maybe 20 minutes.
That's the Holbrin loop, which he now has full knowledge of, by the way. So it's maybe not. That's a little exaggerated of a time loss, but that's the Phantoon fight, wrecked ship all over again. And that's all you can do at this point is just kind of, just go back to it. Skip what you know you don't need. And we're just falling like leaves here. Now we've got Pizza taking a death. Although I think his was intentional since he does not have the mirror. And the thing is, even though we know where the Various suit is, but since Osse does not have it, a lot of these checks are still out of logic for us. Now, Pizza, taking the transition, is going to go dip into Palace of Darkness, it looks like.
I don't remember what was it Edekun's worth picking up.
Chat, I think, said morph ball bombs, and that sounds... Oh, mirror. Mirror on the super location. That's important. Because we know those boots are required.
Yeah, So I don't expect him. Yeah, he'll skip the Edikins area. But you gotta hand it to Osse. Like, that's gotta be super putting you on tilt to die, and he looks like he is not on tilt at all.
Oh no, Osse's a cool runner. When something goes bad, he just keeps on rolling with it. And our tracker revolving Ocelot keeping us honest. We're gonna help him out and say, we just rewound everything Osse did in Link to the Super Metroid rather. Bryn Loop, Wreck Ship, all of it.
Yep. So that means he doesn't have the red cane anymore because that's in Retro Bryn. He doesn't have the Morph Ball bombs, although he's about to pick up the Morph Ball bombs.
Does he go back for that X-ray scope?
I doubt. I'd be shocked because I think he'll go back after he picks up his cane and do the bottom of red.
Yeah, so we'll see a second coming of Phantoon on Osse's screen. Meanwhile, Pizza's giving us some new checks by going through Palace of Darkness here. And we know we don't have a bow.
Sorry?
We don't have a bow, so this Bowlock side might have some information for us.
Well, is it bow-locked?
The front's not bow-locked, but the side of the dungeon, he doesn't even have a bottle to clip the mimics. He would have to actually mimic clip into the wall.
Yeah. Which he may know how to do. I've seen several runners in this tournament able to do that. And I mean, aside from that Phantoon kill, Osse is more or less back to where he started. So, I mean, that death at the end of the day is probably only in air quotes, going to cost him 10.
We were talking about it, now we're going to see it. Pizza's going to go ahead and decide not to go.
On second thought, let's not do the mimic click. 'Tis a silly play.
With that one key, I'd like to see him go to the back.
Looks like that is exactly what he's going to do.
And now we've got Osse deciding to go down Red Tower instead of back to Wrecked Ship, because we can just reset up there anyway. So we're going to see a couple new things on the side.
He also knows there's nothing of value in Wrecked Ship except for Phantoons. I mean, I think the most valuable thing he got was that energy tank and outside in Criteria. Which at this point with 5 energy tanks, an energy tank isn't super valuable. I mean, I guess you'd like maybe 2 more so you can attempt stand-up in the likely event you find. Osse gonna do a very, very short charge here. For 300 rupees, yay, honey.
Alright, so Pizza's going to make the last checks he can make in Palace of Darkness until he sees a bow. Because I believe we have 2 keys on the right side in this layout. Yeah, chat's making some mention of the ice rod being a wrecked ship, unless there's an item on Trinex, or behind the green pendant, or on the pedestal for that matter. No. Pizza getting another sword.
Yep, and that's all 4.
Yeah, so we now know where all of our swords are, and Pizza can go ahead and grab that Quake medallion. If and when he so pleases. Still,
so
some
where
things at large.
I guess he might do purple chest.
Well, did he check magic? Yeah, he did check magic pad earlier. Yeah, this is an interesting to see where he goes with this one.
Yeah, I just think, again, with that Death and Spite Cave and not having an easy way to fill his magic up is just murdering him. He's going to go check the middle portion, the middle half of Skullwoods. And for anyone who may have joined us in the last hour, you are watching the Super Metroid Link to the Past combo randomizer bronze match. The winner of this match gets 3rd place. The loser gets 4th place. There is a cash difference between the two. So they're definitely trying their best because more cash is better than less cash in most cases. So let's Pizza and Osse going at it. Been an exciting match with lots of drama so far. Ooh, there's the fire rod in what is that, Aqueduct? And a big shout out to our tracker, Revolving Ocelot. Doing a great job. And I mean, when somebody dies and loses that much, it's tough to update the tracker, but he got it covered. So good job, Ocelot. And I'm joined by Zeruvian. I've worked real hard at pronouncing his name correctly.
Yeah, our bot info is a little bit behind, but we'll get someone on that. You do see the rank 1 underneath their names on the overlay. That is our sponsor for this tournament, rank1.global. Give that a look as well, as they have donated they have provided us with a cash prize for our top 4 runners. The difference between these two today, the winner gets 75, the 4th place finisher gets 50. It is a social network for gamers. You can see what other runners are playing. You can find players that play the games you like. That's rank1.global. Check them out.
I feel like I forgot to plug something. Definitely do check our sponsors out. They put up all the cash prize for this tournament, and that's pretty awesome. This tournament wouldn't be nearly as exciting or possibly even possible without them, so the least you can do is get the site of it. Please do also give these runners a follow. You can give the commentators a follow if you want. I don't stream very much, and when I do, it's Anno 1800. That said, I know Zaro's streams quite a bit of Link to the Past and Super Metroid.
I'm not going to say that I do it very well, though. Speaking of very well, Osse is doing a pretty darn bang-up job on Dragon. As she is there it is. I was going to say a couple missiles from death, but there it went.
Did I miss something on Osse's screen? I was watching Pizza.
You missed some battered shrimp.
Pizza. Ouch. He is not happy.
Just throw a rock at Gary. What did Gary do to you?
Wait, I thought Gary was the single rupee. Oh, that's Greg. Sorry, Greg.
I get confused because some people call the old man on the mountain Gary. And yeah, chat pointing out Pizza right now is farming rupees to go check Zora. Oh boy.
Well, hopefully Zora has something. A bottle wouldn't be terrible for Pizza. Space jump would be.
You know what I think I'd like Pizza to do here, because we don't know if we'll see our flippers or not. There can't be much behind it, but just go ahead and do the fake flipper checks. Why not?
Oh, yeah, I think that he's definitely going to do that. I don't think you would go up to Zora and orphan the waterfall. Plus, it's probably the quickest way to get to Zora with where he is. So apparently the old man and purple chess guy are both, oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, Pizza, not like this.
Oh man, and the stun prize is just the single root.
Now, he does have an option here if he decides to. It is a time loss, but there is a fairy fountain inside the waterfall, or the Well of Wishing here. And he's going to give it a pass.
We got supers and some rupees in the right sand pit. Osse says no thanks.
Love how the screw attack sound effect just got stuck.
How rich are these? Oh, there we go. There's a bottle. That's good for pizza. That gives him an easy way to fill up his magic.
Pizza, you should... boy. What you do there is you just go ahead and fill that bottle and use the free green goo.
Oh yeah, that would have
Yeah.
made a lot of sense. Of course, in the newest version of the randomizer, all bottles are empty, and all fairies give green goo if you turn it in. Just, wow, 20 arrows in the left sandpit, so nothing in the sandpits.
And Zora has for us just some super missiles.
So I would expect Pizza's going to check the bottle kid now. Sick Kid, that's his name. Is the Sick Kid also Gary?
You know, what if it was? Everyone is Gary.
Idea. That's what I was going to say. Yeah. All the NPCs in A Link to the Past are Gary. Shashrala, Gary. Aghanim, Agina, Gary.
Your uncle's name? Gary.
Even Link's real name is Gary.
Gary Link. That's his full name.
Where is Pizza going?
I'm trying to figure that out myself.
I mean, his crappy.
Oh, there's a full magic canister in Super Bunny Cave, and he's probably... I think he's onto this one. I think he's going back to Spike Cave.
I hope so. I would have liked to see him talk to the old man to get it full health, just to be safe. I didn't know you could do that.
What, go back down the stairs and reset the blocks?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Will Osse get the quick kill? Of course he does.
I still would like to see him do it at the waterfall, but what do I know? This is probably faster. It's on the way.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that it's faster, but if it's slower by like a few seconds. Good use of the hook shot to avoid these Lionels. Boy, that guy's just got like a machine gun. Look at him. Pow, pow, pow. He was really hoping to find the fairy there. Oh, Pizza.
Where are you going?
Is he gonna go in the? Is he gonna go in the cave here to respawn the bushes?
Well, this is also a fairy fountain, so he can just do this.
Yeah.
But the bushes are still faster.
To be fair, I have no idea what was in this cave. Barnabas saying that in chat saying that he did talk to the old man for full health. He just got hit by some dead rocks, which is totally understandable. This guy's... That's my PG word for them.
I just remember, as I said, if it's raining vegetables, stay indoors.
Just 3 bombs at high jump. We'll see what the other item on high jump is. A new car! Nope, just 5 arrow capacity.
Wouldn't it be great? I mean, what use does Samus have of a new car, though? Let's be honest here. She's got a gunship. She's got the flying car we all deserve.
That's fair. Look, as somebody who was a teenager in the 90s, I was promised flying cars in the 2000s, and here it's 2020, and there's still no flying car. Come on, Tesla, get on it.
Alright, Pizza picks up his flute.
He's gotta feel... I mean, I'm sure he's glad to get it, but at the same time, you gotta be like, ugh. That's been in Logic for so long. And then he's gonna go check out Lower Norfair and find his Wharf Ball and be even more,
Alright, here goes Osse. We know exactly where he's going, what he's grabbing, and what it's gonna mean. And if you're late joining us, our boots are on the floating island. Osse's found a mirror.
Which, yeah, it looks like Osse is on his way to get those boots. He still does not have that book from Shashrala's closet, so that is something that is holding him back. Well, I guess with the mirror and Titansmith, that's not really blocking him from Desert. We do know that it is blocking him from the Quake medallion, which is on the Ether tablet, and Quake is required for Misery Mine. So that's a hope for Pizza. Is the longer he puts off getting going up to check, which now would have been a good time to check it. Oh, he doesn't have the book.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I reject your logic and subject my own. Pizza picking up his third sword.
So he will likely be bumping into a fourth sword when he goes to do his burn loop.
Which, if you're gonna run past it, I feel like you pick it up. The gold sword generally doesn't save any time over the tempered sword. But I think just for killing random enemies, it is a little quicker, so I think you would end up saving some. And Pizza picks up that morph.
Pizza's also going to be rewarded with this information when he checks Gold Terrizzo and finds out that the bow is locked by Space Chunk.
Yep, and as Pizza was picking up his morph ball, Osse picked up his spring ball. A lot of balls in the seed right now. And as confirmed, there's that small key on the torch, which Osse can just go ahead and pick up. Wow, that is some wretched drops from Golden Terrizzo. I guess he didn't need a lot other than supers, but still, that was like 4 power bombs. What's up with... Pizza's gonna do a Shine Spark here to get up this passage.
Chat pointing out, Pizza can do Ridley here.
Can he get up Worst Room? He does not have Morph Ball Bomb.
He does have High Jump, which makes that wall jump a little bit easier.
I'm not sure if that's in logic in normal logic. Chat will, of course, let me know that I'm wrong.
You know, whether it is or not, I don't think it matters. He's gonna do it anyway. I know I would.
He's gonna get the shark. He's gonna get the spark through the pillars. I taught good. Even gold pirates died at just one screw attack. These guys are a bunch of jerks. Wow, that was fast.
Alright, we get to see some new stuff on Pizza's side of the screen, as he is going to go ahead and clear out Lower Norfair. And there was a boss here. It's gone now. Alright, Osse done with Desert, gets a blue boomerang for his trouble. Pizza has gone down into Wasteland in just a second here. He's making a lot of this look real snappy. And now with that fire rod that we found in Meridia, Osse is going to go ahead and finish Skull Woods.
That's what you think he's going to do, but
I said Osse is going to... Never mind. He's doing Smith Chain.
I could also see him mirroring and getting that plasma beam while he's here.
That's actually a pretty good decision to make here, since you have to mirror here anyway, but I think he'll do it on his way back down.
Osse's showing off the hammer dash, a very fun thing you can do in the version 1.0 of A Link to the Past. Don't try this in the American version, it won't.
And I gotta give a shout outs to Ms. Metroid in chat. Not only is she the tournament organizer for this particular event, but she has gone behind the scenes as a member of SpeedGaming to fix that bot information for us. Thank you very much, Tess.
Yeah, Miss Metroid is very helpful. She's helped me a lot. Osse picks up his $5. What a crappy tip.
That's highway robbery. They charge you $20 to give you $5 as a souvenir rupee. Looks like you go to those touristy spots and you get the you get the penny. They flatten the penny out into an ovular shape with a little engraving on it. But it costs you 75 cents to do it.
The guy on TV in the Cincinnati market used to say, never spend money to make money, and I feel like that's a good line.
Alright, Pizza done with Ridley on his way out of Lower Norfair. We'll get to see what the chicks in the escape section have for us. And he's already done bits of upper, I think, so there's not a lot that he's probably going to be thinking about grabbing.
Yeah, ooh, there's Space Jump in Cave 45. And I did not see, did Osse mirror to pick up that plasma beam, or did he just walk right by?
Nope, he gave it a pass. Well, we already knew. We already knew, chat, the mirror was hard required because the mirror gated boots, boots locking desert, desert or crystal. So the question is now, what other kinds of rude things does this seed have for our runners?
I don't think any, because I think we're in go mode. Well, we're in no mode, sorry.
Yeah, we are in, as the commentators like to call it, we are in no mode. We know where the items are that our runners need. They, collectively, know where everything is. But can they put the puzzle together?
Yep, Osse needs that book, which, I mean, when he does Pod, I would imagine he'll pick up. The tricky item for him is going to Catfish. Yeah, this has really been a jet seed. If you, I mean, even without knowing, where everything is, Osse is still, effectively go mode -1.
Osse's going for the bow. Osse is going to hell run to the bow.
Chat can help me out here, but does he have enough ammo to do Mother Brain? Varia is required. Varia is on the... Well, okay, Varia is not technically required if you want to do... I forget what the hell run is called. The Grand Run or something like that. You can do it. I don't think they can do it with the equipment they have.
Even in hard logic, the Grand Hell Run will never be logically required, but you may still see some very talented runners that play reverse boss order. Go for it.
Yep, of course, the tricky part is in reverse boss order. After you kill Ridley, you pick up an energy tank, which fills you up. In the combo randomizer, that's not there. That said, in the combo randomizer, you often can Crystal Flash a lot more times, and Osse Crystal Flashes here. I love how it's the 8-bit Mega Man.
And that's a bow for Osse.
And
you have to think.
Pizza's making the bet on Croc, which always bet on Croc, we know, but that's unfortunately incorrect for this seed.
I mean, the bad news for... Go on.
Nope, you go ahead.
See, the bad news for Pizza is that book advantage is about to dry up, because when Osse goes to do Pod Eastern, if he decides to check Sash, then we're gonna see him do everything he can to find out where his medallions are.
Yeah, and I can't imagine he'll skip doing Shashrala. Like, that would just be, I think, a flat-out mistake if he skipped Shashrala. That said, he needs to be careful not to... I was just going to say that, unfortunately for Pizza, the only thing I think he could find that would be kind of useful would be maybe Charge and Wave Beam. I guess Ice would be kind of nice for the Metroids, but none of those are going to save you a huge amount of time.
He knew exactly where to mirror there. Do you think he's played this game before?
Nah, I'm pretty sure this is Osse's first time ever. Oh no. Pizza finds Bombos. Ugh. Yep, so we know Osse needs to get to the catfish to get his Varia suit. We know that Osse needs to get to the Ether tablet to get his Quake, and then he will be in go. Yeah, how about an hour and a half to the seed? They only have 4 hearts. I think Pete has slightly more, but still. Oh, that poor Ripper. He didn't ask for that.
Oh, that mock ball out of that room is always a beautiful, beautiful sight. And if you're looking for the finals match, Game 2, don't look away. After the conclusion of this match, we are going to go straight into that second tilt between Aster and Solsky, right here on SpeedGaming 2.
Yep, and your commentators for that are going to be Apathy Duck and Ace0. You fortunately do not get stuck with me again. Oh, Pizza didn't mean to do that. Or maybe he didn't mean to do that. Maybe he was going to reverse speed booster that thing.
Yeah, I feel like he was going to go see Crumble Tower and Ice Beam.
Which, that's a little bit hard of a trick to pull off, but I can do it, so I think it's not super hard. Wow, Pizza's saying no to those missiles with no charge beam. I kind of feel like without that charge beam, it's better to pick up more missiles and super. I mean, you really want super.
You know, other than that plasma beam, we haven't seen any beams to this point.
Whoa! Osse just walked over some brown spikes. I don't know how he did that, but that was really cool. Brown spikes, sorry, brown switch blocks.
Never seen that before?
I've never seen that before. Osse doing the hammer jump, so-called because in MNGNMG, you hammer jump over to get the.
I was gonna say, maybe there's someone in chat that can explain what Osse just did for us there, as he picks up his butter sword. And as we like to say in the business, I can't believe it's not progression. Extended auto stairs, that's what I was thinking, but I don't know how to explain how it got done.
Pizza just barely not hit that gate. I believe you actually need a mock ball to get through that gate. And it's a very short window to actually get the mock ball in. So Pizza gonna head to Crate, I would think.
Crade's a one and done in and out, so there's no reason not to do it at this point, I would say.
I appreciate A0 says it's actually easy to do. Just dash turn on edge of floor with a Mario block down. Which, that just blows my mind. I don't even understand half those words. Osse does have the nice option here of using the red cane and doesn't have to push that stupid statue. Mini Crade eats to death. I might have waited to pick up the super missiles. I feel like Pizza most likely is feeling behind considering how late he found that morph ball and how early he could have. I mean, I want to say Spike Cave has been in Logic since they had Death Mountain access. I forget what that hookshot was.
As soon as they picked up the blue cane, Spike Cave was in Logic, and getting a 1 missile 3 super kill on Crade. Very well done by Pizza.
Yeah, very well done. And a hookshot was in the brewery, if I remember.
That it was. This particular instance, you don't even need the hookshot.
Was a neat little dash there to kill those turtles by Osse. Osse showing off the hold out your sword strategy for Helmasaur. For some reason, holding your sword out extends the hammer hitbox. Don't really know why that is, but it is.
Yeah, with a weapon like the hammer already having a weird hitbox, any kind of extension you can get on it is any kind of help you could ask for.
Yep, and what Zaru means by weird is bad.
I mean, some things that are weird aren't bad. Some things that are bad aren't weird.
Yes, but in this case, the hammer hitbox is bad.
You're not wrong.
I always wonder, why does every boss in A Link to the Past explode when it dies? Like, you hit it with a sword, it shouldn't explode.
Depends on what the sword's laced with.
Is it like a Mission Impossible, this boss will explode in 20 seconds? Pizza's checking Spazer, which makes sense. Oops, he gets falls in the hole and gets a nice trip. Too busy yapping, he did not see what was in that first chest of Eastern.
If I recall correctly, when Pizza checked it earlier, I think it was the big key.
Pizza.
And the menu confirms it.
Getting some love by that yapping maw. A Link to the Past was directed by Michael Bay. I like it.
Wow, maybe that's why they picked him up for Armageddon. They're like, hey, we like explosions. How about space instead of neo-medieval?
Pizza gonna have a much easier time with the X-ray room. Not just because he has grapple beam, but he also has both suits, which means the spikes do significantly less damage. Man, Pizza is really just letting those yapping maws just eat Samus alive. And you thought mosquitoes were bad.
Yeah, the unfortunate part is there's nothing really of any value here, so while this check is nice to get out of the way, get off your mind, a missile pack, that's why he saved.
Yep, now he can just go right up into Meridian. I mean, he loses the Spazer and X-ray check, which were both. Pizza getting that short charge in one try. That's very impressive. I think that might be a triple tap short charge.
That's one of the things I don't know how to do. So I'd have to ask somebody to tell me how many stutters that is. And a lot of these tricks, they sound real hard on paper, but if you practice them a lot, you can actually learn quite a bit.
Yeah, and the SM practice mod has a nice thing where it'll turn Samus a different color on the frame you're supposed to hit the button, so that can help train you. Definitely recommend checking out the SM practice mod, which I believe is created by Total, who is also the creator of this combo randomizer. He's kind of a mad genius from what I can tell. I don't know that anyone who wasn't mad would come up with the idea of putting A Link to the Past and Super Metroid together.
I don't know about that being mad, but it's pretty genius if you think about it.
And now look at people that are trying to put every game together.
You know, Z1M1.
Before you know it, we're going to have Metal Gear Solid and Mario Party linked together.
How would... don't even answer that. I was going to say, how would that work? And then I'm like, she's got a master plan, I'm sure.
It's not about it working or not working. Alright, so Osse has cleared out Pod and Eastern, so he's got quite a few numbers. So what, 5 crystals? Still doesn't have a bottle, though.
Hasn't he seen a bottle in his travels? Did he skip one in Brindloop after he died?
I don't think so. I know Pizza found one. I don't remember where Pizza found it.
And now he is going to go ahead and pick up Plasma since he's in the neighborhood.
Waterfall Cave. The bottle that Pizza has was in the Waterfall.
Props to our tracker. Revolving Ocelot letting us know the bottle that we saw before Waterfall Cave was in wrecked ship. So when he died, he reset all of his progress on that side. It is waiting there for him to go back through.
Yeah, and I bet he probably had marked it on his tracker that he had a bottle, and when he died, he forgot to unmark it. If he uses a tracker. Pizza doing the worst boss in Super Metroid, which is Botspoon. This dude has the worst hitbox. Like, I don't know what's worse, the hammer hitbox or Botspoon's hitbox, but I'm pretty sure it's Botspoon's hitbox.
Osse setting up for the water walk.
Yep, so this will get him a bottle. The bad news is this makes the catfish even more orphan. Obviously, without the flippers, you don't have much of a choice, but still, ugh.
So, chat, correct me, but Osse's been practicing RBO when he's not playing in the tournament. Is that correct?
Pizza messed up the full half. He had it too, but he sparked into the ceiling. You know, the only thing I hate more than quicksand in Super Metroid is the upside down Samus spread.
Oh dear.
So where is Osse gonna go now? Is he gonna go back to the bottle merchant, fill up that bottle? Oh nope, he's gonna do a splash deletion to get the Zora Ledge item, which I don't remember being anything super special.
If I recall correctly, it was just 50 rupees, right?
Okay, maybe. Pizza setting up to do some Shine Sparks on Dragon. This is another really easy, once you learn the cues, Shine Spark to do. There's 2 spots on the ground where you just have to hit the dash button and then hold it. So I suppose you hit it at one spot and then hold it at a second spot. Very nice quick kill with the grapple beam there from Pizza. King's Tomb just has an energy tank. Clearly the king was not loved very well. It was probably only the king, because some woman in a lake gave him a sword.
Alright, and we see the rest of these boots checks out of the way on Osse's side.
Osse does have the red boom. I think Osse has enough to do 3 crystal flashes. And I think he's up to 7 or 8 E-tanks, so I mean it's possible he'd do the Grand Hell Run, but considering how many of items he has that are out of logic because he doesn't have that Varia, if he's thinking about it, he's gotta have a pretty good idea pretty soon that where that Varia suit can and can't.
Alright, now having a bottle, Osse's going to go ahead and get his missile pack from the sick kid.
Totally worth it.
And a fire rod for Pizza.
Now it looks like Osse's going to do that Skullwoods check. Yeah, by process of elimination, since that Morph Ball was locked behind Varia, and so many things have been locked behind that Morph Ball, I feel like if he really thinks about it, he should be able to narrow it down to Catfish pretty shortly.
There's one thing I'm a little bit confused by, and it's Pizza deciding not to go back into the Bryn Loop, and that is, as we know, is actually hurting him right now as well, because we need that mirror.
Yeah, I feel like skipping the Bryn Loop is kind of like the new me. Does look like we're gonna get a shot. No, okay, Plasma Beam.
Oh, the plasma check. Oh dear.
Which again, we know the best he can hope for is a beam.
Or A beam, charge beam, ice beam.
I believe all 3 of those would be a beam.
Right, Osse's going to go ahead and clean up Skull Woods. That gold sword in hand, half magic fire rod. Mothula is going to be a very easy adventure. Yeah. I was saying something about a boss named Mothula. And then just like that, it's gone.
Man, I looked away for like 2 seconds. And I see that this question has been answered in chat, but for anybody who might be watching this on YouTube, I think it's worth going over really quick. When we say in logic, what we mean is the randomizer, when it makes where everything's randomized, makes it so that the seed is completable in this mode, without doing any major glitches. So anything that Super Metroid teaches you to do in the beginning demo reel, you're expected to know, such as infinite bomb jumps, and really no exploits in A Link to the Past are required. But the random generator will generate something that, assuming you know those Super Metroid tricks, you can complete the seed. So for example, in normal mode, going through a heated room without Varia is never going to be a requirement.
Now, that's not to say it's a set of guidelines that you have to play by.
Yep, exactly.
We've already seen our runners bust through the logic what the game expects you to do, in the same way that you would expect anyone playing the vanilla game to sequence break items you're not supposed to have yet. Oh, Pizza having no mercy for Shaq Tool, my goodness. One super.
Reset coming here, yep. Osse is going to do the Pyramid Fairy.
I mean, why not? You have no idea where Quake is.
So, well, he should have a pretty good idea where Quake is. I mean, I guess in theory, Quake, I think, could be behind Morph Ball.
Now, here's the one thing that works in his favor, is now he's gonna go up to Catfish and get his Varia suit.
So one thing you can do with the logic that is neat is if, say you're missing the lamp, and all you have left is dark rooms and like Agena, you know that lamp is going to be in Agena, so you can go grab it if you need it, because the game is never going to expect you to go through a dark room without a lamp. Osse showing off. Oh, nope, okay. I thought he had it. The Catfish, you don't actually have to throw the thing exactly in the circle. And Osse picks up his Varia suit, and boom! Everything Osse has is in logic. Thank God. He's gonna do Misery Mire. Makes sense. Wait, he can't do Misery Mire. Doesn't make sense.
He's gonna go to Lower Norfair. Now that he has Varia, he can just go ahead and clean up Ridley.
That makes sense. There's a lot of checks in Lower Norfair, and certainly not Varia. Wait, could.
Now, remind me, where did we see Bombos again? Was that a Croc?
Yes.
So if he goes to Croc, he could be led in the wrong direction.
Yeah, but I gotta imagine if you head up to do Turtle Rock, you probably check either first just to get. Osse remembering to turn on his plasma beam. And then it's just really funny. It is funny that 2 hours into the seed, yeah, he just has plasma.
It is kind of weird whenever you see it, that lonely plasma in the beam selection. That's it.
New Super Metroid category, low percent plasma.
Yeah, I had a question in chat, didn't Osse kill Fantoon? He did! He killed Fantoon. And then he didn't save and he died in X-ray, so the Fantoon kill is something he'll just go back to, because we know Red Chip has almost nothing of value. Just an Ice Rod and, oh boy, a bottle? Which we don't even need at this point.
Yep, we know the sick kid has nothing, and even on the limited number of hearts they have in Blue Mail, Ganon with Butter Sword and Silver Arrows that's pretty much the definition of comfy. Cozy? Cozy.
And it's pretty safe to say now that they are in ammo go mode in Super Metroid as well, with both of our runners having 60 supers.
Yeah, I would love to see where the charge and ice and wave beams are, but we probably aren't gonna find. If you're an Aussie fan, you want him to not find the flip, which it seems unlikely that he would, but he could. Meanwhile, Pizza's doing his part in killing Argus again, or probably the only time we're going to see him in this particular.
And I thought for sure that was going to be a hitless Ridley, but damn if that wasn't clean. And then on the other side, Pizza with a clean Fantoon as well.
If you are interested in trying the SMZ3 randomizer up for yourself, you can just go to samus.link, samus.link. I love how I had more trouble with link than I did Sam. Osse having some fun with Spring Ball, just making it through that room, those jumps super easy.
So Pizza did have a look at Brinstar before when we only had Speed Booster and Screw Attack, and he has not gone back since he got the Morph Ball. I don't know about you, but I am mesmerized by how clean this movement is.
Yep, I love Super Metroid movement when it's done well. It's like an art form. Solsky saying that Osse's going to get Quake after Lord Warfare, which, I mean, he's going to get dumped out on the mountain, so that's definitely an option.
Alright, and that's it for Lower Norfair. So both of our runners having had a look at pretty much everything that's anything in Super Metroid to this point. Hansi's going to clean up Bubble Mountain. And Pizza resetting out of the energy tank item, as we know was just a missile. The Attic Spark always looks good.
He's making his Bubble Mountain checks, which we know he's not going to find anything of it. If you are interested in the Mega Man sprites, which Osse is using in both Zelda and Link to the Past, the latest version of the SMZ3 randomizer has options to select both your Link sprite and your Super Metroid sprite. So I will say that running with a Super Metroid sprite that you're not familiar with is very difficult. So if you do want to use a different sprite, I highly recommend practicing with it before, say, entering a tournament. Speaking of tournaments, it's worth reminding everybody that after this game, immediately, the finals of this tournament will start between Asder and Solsky. It will be game 2. Should be really hype. They're playing for all the marbles. This tournament is, of course, sponsored by Rank1.global. It's a social media site for gamers where you can put what games you're playing, what your favorite games are, clips from Twitch, stuff like that. It's a pretty cool site. Highly recommend checking it out. And they're super awesome for giving the money for this tournament. Give a shout out to our tracker, Revolving Ocelot, who's doing an excellent job, despite the fact that he's spinning around constantly. I feel like that would make tracking hard, but he makes it look easy. Please do also give a follow to our runners. Obviously, if we had no runners, we'd have no tournament, and Zaruvian and I would just be sitting here talking to ourselves, which would be strange, to say the least.
You say that like I don't already do that.
Fair, well, when I stream, it always just says one person, which I'm pretty sure is like a Twitch bot that joins any stream. So then I feel like I really am just talking to myself. Please do give Zaruvian a follow, though. He does stream fairly regularly, and he streams things like Zelda and Super Metroid. And he's got a cool name. Yep, this is not a best of 3. I see asked in chat, this is a best of 1, so the winner of this match wins $75. The loser wins 50, so, you know, that's a, what, 50% increase?
And provided we need it tomorrow, there is a Game 3 on the schedule following the weekly community race as well. So, if you're rooting for one runner or the other to win tonight's matchup in the finals, root for Game 3. Let's see some Game 3 hype.
According to Solsky, apparently the winner of the finals match is to determine who is the Prime Minister of Ontario. I'm not sure that Ontario actually has a Prime Minister, but I'm not Canadian, so I don't know how things work up there. As for who's winning, who's in the lead at this point, I think it's safe to say that Osse has a fairly substantial lead. The fact Pizza put that Spike Cave off for so long really hurt him. That said, you know, the more Osse wastes his time checking things that are not where he needs to go, the more Pizza gets a chance to catch back up in. I mean, even in the boss count, you can see that Pizza's got, you know, what, 6 total bosses, and Osse has 9 total bosses.
Yeah, the worst part is, you know, Pizza made the right call early, and he just that one step short on the magic meter with Berna.
Yep, and it's also worth noting that the only boss that Osse has in Super Metroid is Phantoon, which he's actually already killed, but then he died checking X-ray. So he knows there's nothing in Wreck Ship, and just going to Wreck Ship to kill Phantoon is, I feel like 5 minutes is probably too long of an estimate.
Alright, so Pizza is going to go ahead and get Bryn Loop. He will get his mirror, he'll be able to get his boots. Honestly, this is probably the best thing for him right now.
Osse also failing the reverse spark in through, I don't know if that room has a room, but getting up to Crumble Tower, he's going to try.
You know, I'm seeing it in chat, and I'm going to say just straight up, I would be afraid to play any kind of a chat plando of this game. We see Osse is trying to reverse Croc Speedway, and third time is the charm. That looked like the second one should have done it, but it just didn't want to go.
This is a nice, yeah, because now he can Shine Spark up and get the item, which is a heart container. Osse can do that room super easy with Morph Ball, Spring Ball, that's the word I'm looking for. But he just says, I don't need Spring Ball. Spring Ball's for peons.
Alright, Pizza getting his mirror.
So that'll put the boots in logic for him, which he knows where those are. That'll also give him access to Space Jump in Cave 45. He does need to get to Retro Bryn for that red cane. And I believe Pizza knows where that bow is. I'm pretty sure he scouted that when he did Big Bird.
I believe you are right, which means he needs to find Space Jump, and we know it's at Cave 45, behind the mirror. So that mirror gating a few items of very good importance to us here.
Osse unfortunately saving and quitting off the mountain, which is exactly what he needed to not do.
I feel like Osse's going to go ahead and clean up Phantoon now.
Oh, yep, that's actually an excellent, yep, save and quit, right back to the ship, puts him right by, I was going to say sunken ship, wrecked ship. So again, the more time Osse spends not going to the Ether tablet, the more Pizza catches. So, do you think Osse, does he just go ahead and does he just do Mother Brain now?
Yeah, at this point you've done mostly everything you could possibly want to see in Super Metroid outside of one or two isolated checks. So, I mean, he's already done X-Ray. The only other one he would possibly want to check is Shack Tool. And, we already know there's nothing there. It's just a super pack.
Nope, that was Pizza that checked Shack Tool.
That is right. He just got his grapple more recently because he was able to finish Desert.
For some reason, I feel like Osse did Shack Tool and killed him. Am I just hallucinating?
No, you saw Pizza launch a super missile into Shack Tool after he was done digging.
Okay. That's a good joke, Astor. I like it. Astor in chat saying that he's never getting mail in Multiworld again because it's a federal crime to take somebody else's mail.
If you're late joining us, we're looking for a Quake medallion to finish this game, and Quake is sitting on the Ether tablet.
I really gotta believe that Osse says, okay, I gotta do Turtle Rock. I really think you check that Ether tablet first. That's just such a huge time saving it is. Osse once again showing off an excellent dodge. And you're not wrong, that is the third Argus kill of this season. We've killed Argus 3 times without ever going to Swamp. And just to be clear, if somebody's confused, that boss is of course called Phantoon. He just happens to look exactly like a boss in Zelda called Argus.
Alright, Pizza getting a gold sword, and then he will get his Cane of Samaria. And that'll put him one step closer to being in the knowledge to finish the seed.
Yeah, unfortunately that Cave 45 check is kind of orphaned for Pizza because he's already done the Smith's check. He's already done all of the Village of Outcasts. So, I mean, I guess maybe if he decides to do Bombo's tablet, you might do Cave 45 at the same time. That's about as close as he's going to get. And now he's discovering that he needed to do Blue Brinstar and needed to do the Bryn Loop. and he's probably feeling even more behind. Meanwhile, Aussie is heading off to do.
Talking about baiting into Turtle Rock, the difference between the two runners is Pizza had a book early and checked the ether tablet. He knows Quake is there. Aussie knows Quake can be literally anywhere.
And when I said Aussie was going to do Turian, of course I meant he was going to go to Death Mountain. Duh.
You know, I was actually with you. I thought he might have finished Super Metroid first, but maybe he would want a little bit more offense first.
Yeah, he's probably hoping to find Charge Beam.
If not Charge, then maybe Ice.
Yeah, Ice. I think Ice or Charge would be the biggest two. Now, the good news is I think he's about to enter Go.
He sure is.
Watch, he just goes over to Turtle Rock. If he does, I blame you, Zara.
Don't blame me. I wasn't the one saying it. And here it comes.
Which, this has got to feel good. You think, oh man, I don't want to do Pendant Total Rock. And then the pendant falls out of the sky, and you're like, yes, I don't have to do Pendant Total Rock.
And just before 2 hours, 9 minutes, Osse101 has entered Go mode in this seed with the quick pickup at the Ether Tablet. And he only has one dungeon to go, and he'll be climbing the tower.
Which, for anyone who does not, this may be the first race they've ever watched, Go mode means you don't need to check any more chests to beat the game. So Aussie can beat both Zelda and Super Metroid with the items he has. Not necessarily the items he would really like to have, but the items he has. Argus was born on Talk Like a Pirate Day. I like it. So if you're Aussie, you're hoping to find the big key in one of these first two chests, because Meyer is just not a fun dungeon. What would you say your least favorite dungeon in A Link to the Past is, Zara?
You're looking at it.
Yep, mine too. How about you, Chad? Is there anyone who's willing to say, like, Ice Palace or Turtle Rock? Oh, hey, it's that weird oversized enemy on Pizza Side again. Oh,
I wonder why that rupee pile could just float in midair like that. That's cute.
well, that's probably why they're so valuable, because they ignore gravity.
Magic money. Well,
And Aussie's already found 3 keys.
Yeah, no hovering across the bridges today. Unfortunately, we have to go searching for a key.
Okay, I see a castle tower and a GT, but I feel like those are both cheating. Which pendant / crystal dungeon is the worst? Wow, Key Central here in Misery Mine.
Now, that key in that chest tells us one thing. Because of the layout of the dungeon, our big key is up here.
Oh, that's good to know. I see, showing off a neat trick there. When you push a black, the game changes it into a sprite for some reason, and so it doesn't have proper... Same reason why when you push a block with the mirror, the game just goes, oh, I'm going to delete that.
Pizza getting his Quake Medallion, Osse getting a Vanilla Big Key. He's going straight for Vitreous, and he's going to have a very comfortable fight. You know what I'd like to see, since we're talking about how late you can check 230 missiles? if you get more like first check in Link's house or something, or Uncle, and you just dip right into Link to, or Super Metroid with a pack of power bombs, the 2-minute and 30-second 230 check.
Man, Pizza is just getting trolled by these bedrocks. They were trying to tell him, don't do Turtle Rock.
Oh, don't do it, Pizza.
He's doing it.
You can open it, but don't go in.
Oh, he's going in. I mean, the only reason to climb the mountain would be to go in Turtle Rock, unfortunately. Well, I guess he could have gone and got his boots if he hasn't got them.
Well, yeah, he knows the boots are there, and he's probably going straight to them. And yeah, this, I mean, if we were searching for more items that would be a defensible play, there is no reason at this point that you go into Turtle Rock, I would think.
Yeah, I still wouldn't be surprised to see him go in. I mean, it is a super dense location. There's, what, 5 items plus Mimic Cave? So, kind of the math says that this is a better thing than doing, say, Graveyard Ledge or Cave 45. And meanwhile, Osse used his silvers to slaughter poor Vitreous. So the Great Eye is take that, Sauron.
Alright, so Osse has a Ganon's Tower climb, and a couple bosses separating him from a victory here. We're starting to see a few numbers pop up in chat. What do those stand for, Eleanor?
Oh, I guess it's time to play the big key guessing game. There's 22 chests in Ganon's Tower. If you want to guess where the big key is, put a number, probably 1 through 22, though if you want to put, say, a fraction or a decimal, that's fine as long as you don't expect to win, because you won't. But I don't want to tell you how to live your life.
As I like to say, a whole rational positive integer, range 1 to 22. But that's too math for me.
Somebody the other day wanted to put like a integral in, and it just was like, I don't even really know what that means.
Just want to say ew. And then he minded me with the 11 plus or minus 11.
So is that 22 or 0? Oh, there's the Ganon's, not the Ganon's Tower, there's the Total Rock big.
Alright, best of luck to Osse for a simple and smooth Ganon's Tower scavenger hunt, followed by a climb.
Pizza's gotta be careful, he's getting a little close to death. Chest 1, red rupee. Chest 3, small key. Osse says, I'm going right. Does he make the tile room gamble? I didn't think that he would. And Pizza gets destroyed by a chain chomp. Ugh.
Those chain chomps are deadly.
Those are probably my least favorite enemy in the game if I had to pick one. Every time they screw me up in that room. Speaking of being screwed up, Osse's having some trouble with these Gibdos. Slaughters them. Those Gibdos will never see their family. Chest 3, chest 4 is Wave Beam, chest 5 is Red Mail, chest 6 is a piece of...
Thought I saw someone say no red mail. Well, you are wrong. There it is. No, I know they meant that Pizza doesn't have red mail. We now know that Pizza will not see red mail unless he goes to the right side of GT.
Small key on Bob's torch. Of course, Bob is not in the randomizer. His cousin Gary is in the randomizer.
Gary the Bubble, huh?
Gary the Anti-Fairy. And there's the big key, and I think that was chest 8.
That would be the 9th check that Osse made. And of course,
Oh yeah, Tort.
not to just go ahead and finish up the checks in the room. Still possibly find something like an ice beam or a charge beam, but we know we don't need that. We're going straight up the tower now.
So it looks like Elharm9 is our winner tonight with a 9. Congratulations, you win a lifetime supply of nothing. Thanks for playing the game, and please don't spend all of your nothing at once. And don't forget to pay taxes. Pizza checking out the Mimic Cave. So called because it's full of mimics.
I like how Osse was able to dash out of that room and completely dodge everything. All the spikes, both of the Igors, comes out unscathed. And here comes the gauntlet, with increasing difficulty in every room. But at this point we're decked out pretty well, and at this level of competition, this is nothing for our runners.
It's one of those points that usually by the time I hit Ganon's Tower, I'm so sick of this game that I just bombos everything because I'm like, I can't be bothered, just make it.
Bombos is good for in vanilla, right?
And as expected, so far Pizza has found nothing of value, unfortunately. It is entirely possible that Charge and Ice Beam were on the left side of GT. I don't think Ice Beam is a hard requirement. Chat, am I right on that?
That's interesting. Usually you see people use the Cane of Samaria in here. Osse opting to go ahead and do sword and bow.
Which I feel like he's regretting his decision now.
Nah.
Bug catching net was in the cosine room after Croc. Neither runner picked it up because they hate freedom. Yay, Pizza gets a bottle on Laser Bridge. That feels terrible. The only thing worse than doing Pendant Total Rock is doing Pendant Total Rock when it's not required.
Doing Pendant Turtle Rock when it's not required and not finding anything. And one thing we haven't actually touched on here is that this Turtle Rock happens to also be the green pendant. So there's one other item waiting for us at Sarasha.
Oh, that's even worse. Osse is not going to do the Moldorm bounce. I mean, why would he? He's got the hook. Hashtag swag. Says no to the last chest in the run. So that will be the whatever the last item he picked up was, which I think was the big key, will be the last item he picked.
He checked the pre-Moldorm chest and found a small key to Ganon's Tower.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, that was the last item then. Alright, here we are on everyone's favorite trigonometry boss. That's not a very friendly... That was definitely a 1. Pretty sure that was a triple.
Which sure was. It was a beauty at that. This setup is nice. So nice.
Osse takes out Aghanim 2 as Pizza takes out Trinex and gets his green pendant. I would expect to see him mirror and flute over there. You can't flute in the dark world. I think Pizza might be on a little bit of tilt. Is bug catching that? Is that supposed to be a where Ocelot? Because the where is cosine room after cross. As for why bug catching net, I can't answer that question.
But when is bug catching net?
Every Tuesday and the third Thursday of every month. And we're going to see Osse make super quick work of Ganon here. He does have to be careful because he can take, I think, one hit. I always get confused, and I missed what was on the green pendant. Mushroom! Oh, God! Oh, that's terrible.
See, this is the fetch chain that everybody in chat is always looking to see.
It's going to be like a green rupee, too.
Oh, I hope not. It's a hamburger.
I am so sorry, pizza. Yeah, chat pointing out at least it wasn't his flippers, which, yeah, that would have been especially terrible. And Ganon is dead. Please get your G's in chat for Osse. He has finished half the game.
Yeah, he made that look easy with the fire rod snipe with a torch and a few quick arrows into Ganon. We're going back to Super Metroid and we're going to visit Torian.
So I do think it's worth reiterating that despite dying where he did with, he lost 30 minutes of gameplay, but he actually only ended up losing probably something like 5 to 10 minutes because he knew exactly where to go to get the items he needed, and none of them were super hard to get. So, the loss there was not nearly as big as it seemed like it could have been.
That's the one thing that you get even if you die after you've gone through something like the Bryn Loop. You have all of that information for what items are where and what you actually need or want to keep. So you just pick and choose your checks when you go back through, and you save yourself a bunch of time.
Wave plasma is nice, so that at least, you can see it there. Kill those green pirates super fast. And now my favorite part of the combo randomizer, which is no stupid statue cut.
I mean, if you want to sit at the top of the elevator and let the statue cutscene play itself out, you could.
I guess that's a good time to use the restroom, get a snack, order a pizza, go to the mall. Although I guess people don't go to the mall these days.
So we're going to see some grouping strats. We're saying the same thing.
So Metroids take 3 power bombs to die, so you're going to see Osse group them all up on one screen so that he doesn't have to drop a ton of power bombs, because power bombs are slow.
Chat, to be fair, if Pizza was taking orders, I would have ordered him to get that flute earlier.
Yep.
And I just want to point out, he did not make a bad play. He checked at the same time that Osse did. The difference was 1 sliver of magic, 1 step off the spikes. Otherwise, we might have a completely different race on our hands.
And he takes another death, Mizrameyer out. I was going to say that, even if you're a top tier player, that's a tricky, it may be in logic, but that is a tricky check with, the gear they had, like 4 hearts or whatever, and Blue Cane. Plenty of people are going to die in that situation, and it just was unfortunate for Pizza. I hope he enjoys a nice pizza after this race. Just a reminder that immediately following this race, we're going to go into the Game 2 of the finals between Asdar and Solsky. I know both are hanging out in chat, so if you want to give them some good luck or talk some trash. Oh. Osse getting grabbed at the very last minute.
Yeah, that Game 2 of the final will be commentated by AppTheDuck07 and Ace0187. they're also chilling either between the chat or I think I see Duck in the SRL actually. And after a brief moment to set everything up, they will be bringing you that race immediately after this one.
Yep, and that'll be a great one.
As they say
Oops, sorry.
on TV, don't change that dial.
Yep, and I was going to say that that's going to be, I'm sure Apathy will give Solskjaer lots of grief during the run, so that's going to be some fun commentary to listen. I do want to encourage anyone who's watching this and has not already, feel free to join the Discord. This is not hyperbole when I say this is probably the best community in 20 years of being an online gamer that I've been a part of. Everyone is super nice, super positive, super accepting. I can't think of anybody that I'm like, wow, that person's just a jerk. Except for Zaruvian, of course.
Yeah, I'm pretty awful once you get to know me. In all seriousness, I can second that. I have had nothing but warm welcoming since I've been here. I've enjoyed my time both in and out of the commentator booth as a tracker and as a runner. So they help each other out. And you see some tough love here and there, but in the end, it's all genuine care for one another most of the time.
Speaking of tough love, that was the Ice Beam and the Misery Mire Big Chest.
So
I like the person in chat.
Don't blame the seed roller unless you're playing the seed.
Just for those who watch this on YouTube, someone in chat said that everyone's really cool except for the person who rolled your seed. Please do also give both these runners a follow. They have put on. It's a very enjoyable race to watch. It's been a very enjoyable tournament to watch, and these guys played a lot of games for us. And again, we'd all have nothing to do if it wasn't for them. So please do hop over to their Twitches and give them a follow, and feel free to check out their Rank 1 profile, Rank 1 being our sponsor for this tournament. Again, the winner of this is going to win $75, and the loser is going to win $50. And the grand finals, which are coming up right after this, have an even bigger amount of money on the line. I still think if you went back in time to 14-year-old me and said, hey, you're going to be able to make money playing Super Metroid and Zelda, I'd be like, you're... We do see that Osse is not going for the stand-up glitch, which makes sense because the stand-up glitch does not work without the charge. Interesting that Pizza is... oh, he doesn't have the bow.
Yeah, he still hasn't found that space jump, so while we know where the bow is, he's not able to collect it to this point.
Yeah, I don't know how many spins and slashes Fiddy takes, but I don't think it's too many. Okay, it's already more than I thought.
Sword, I think it's the same damage as with a silver arrow. Not silver, regular arrow. And Gary, the baby Metroid, has perished, so Gary's mother is going to have to pay the price.
She's mad now. This is why you don't mess with Metroid, man. Look, you kill her child and look at how mad she is.
You know, it's the year 2020 and we still haven't answered how come Metroid can't crawl.
Well, because when Metroid turns into Crawl, she turns into a Met from Mega Man. I want a Samus sprite that is just the Met when you're rolling.
Alright, so Osse has 3 minutes to get off this exploding planet, and I would be surprised if he needs 1.
Yep, the planet is exploding just like this race was. And just like the finals are going to... God, that'd be terrible, Zalfan. Zalfan suggesting that there is a sprite that when Samus is morphed, she's full size, and when she's in the ball, when she's not morphed, she's... Pizza heading on to desert as Osse is heading for the checkered flag. And
here it comes.
Yep, finishing with a time of 2 hours, 33 minutes, and 16 seconds. Osse has finished in first place. Congratulations, Osse, on your victory. So Osse is the third place winner in this tournament, and Pizza will be the fourth place winner. Still an amazing job. There were 96 people in the tournament at this.
95 entrants, groups of 4 with only 2 advancing, and 1 group of 3 went to brackets. Got down from 32 to 24 to 12. Not 12. I can't even count. It's a lunch. Anyhow, we do have Osse101 joining us. GG, Osse, and congratulations on your third place victory today.
Hey, thanks. And GG.
Got any thoughts about that one?
I had a lot of fun with this one. Especially that first half. I felt like I was playing it really well. Everything was working out.
Yeah, how did you feel when you died there and lost all that?
I just laughed at that. That was such a... It was a really bad death. I lost like 3 regions of progress. Horrible. Like time-wise, it wasn't too much. Like just rekill Fantoon and dip Brinster. I thought that my early game was going well enough that I could take that death and be okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, the real difference for Pizza was he did Spike Cave shortly after you did, but he had just a little bit not full magic, and he died like 1 second before he would have gotten that.
Yeah, we didn't have many hearts at all, and the magic is pretty tight for that Spike Cave check when you're at minimum hearts.
Yeah, and that really set him back quite a while because he didn't get back up to the Spike Cave for a while, and obviously with the flute kind of locking that morph ball.
I think the cost there would be the pod and Eastern double dips, mostly. Because that gets him to Varia, at least.
Yeah, he actually had Varia pretty a good amount of time before you.
A lot of suitless Super Metroid then.
Was doing a suitless Ridley ever something you were considering?
Before I died, yeah. I was setting up to do hell runs. But then after I died, I lost too many E-Tanks and ammo packs. So I just gave up on hell runs entirely. Did Meridia and then went searching for Varia. Because Varia didn't have many places left for me. And I could check those locations pretty efficiently with normal checks while I was looking for Quake. And Quake, by the way, I think the book was in the Sahasrara closet. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's the Solski closet coming back to give me a poor finish time in this seed too.
I like that, the Solski closet. And I don't know if we mentioned this, but obviously Pizza did decide to forfeit, which is understandable. And we are working on getting the next match set up.
Pizza is sitting in chat if you want to send any of your GGs or questions at him. He does not have a microphone, or we would bring him into voice with us. But I am going to say out there, Pizza, thank you for joining us in this tournament. Congratulations on 4th place, and you had a really good run, dude. Well done.
Hey, fourth place out of however many people you said, 95, is super impressive. So, GG's Pizza, you put up a hell of a show.
Yeah, it's a strong showing by Pizza. He's won a couple of the weeklies before, so it's not entirely surprising.
Great, Osse. Now that this tournament's basically in the books, what are your plans for moving forward?
So right now I have the spoiler log tournament for Z3. I have a match in that tomorrow. Might as well mention it. But otherwise, I was going to work on RBO a bunch. Try to cut down my RBO time a couple minutes. And then after that, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, knowing you've been playing a lot of RBO, I'm with Eleanor. I thought for sure you were going to make that run at Ridley, but you found your Varia and got to do it the good old-fashioned way.
Yeah, the death, really. I would have done it. Would have showed off the RBO-ness, but lost too many items.
Yeah, it would have been fun to see. That happens, though. I wouldn't sweat that too much, because, even when you've got 6E tanks and grapple, those spikes and X-ray, they're not nice.
Yeah, that was a bizarre death. I got grabbed by 2 of the yapping maws and got a bad jump that reset my iframes because of screw.
All right, Eleanor or Chet, we have any other questions to ask Osse before we send him on his way?
I don't have any questions other than to say, that was a really enjoyable race to watch, and it's been an enjoyable tournament. And I hope everybody out there in Chatland and all the runners have a good afternoon.
All right, well, GG to Osse and to Pizza, our third and fourth place finishers in this 1-versus-1 tournament. Moving ahead, we've seen Aster and Solsky just kind of hanging around in chat. You know what that means, folks. We're moving Game 2 up an hour, so give a hand to our folks at SpeedGaming, as they're going to set us up for Game 2 of the 1-versus-1 combo tournament finals coming up in just a few moments. Don't go away.